What if heaven and hell were just states? What if everything you've been taught about heaven and hell was never meant to be taken literally? Not pearly gates, not fire and brimstone, but instead mental realms shaped entirely by your thoughts, emotions, and actions. Places you don't go to after death, but states you slip into while still breathing. This is 999, the code behind everything. Heaven, a place where joy never ends. Hell, an abyss of eternal punishment. But do these places really exist, or were they created to control us? Ancient cultures didn't describe heaven and hell the way we do today. The early Hebrews spoke of Sheol, a shadowy underworld, not fiery torment. The Greeks had Hades, more of a holding ground than a torture chamber. And Eastern philosophies speak not of eternal damnation, but cycles, karmic consequences, and rebirth. It wasn't until much later, through religious institutions and works like Dante's Inferno, that hell took the form of flames and heaven became a city in the clouds. But maybe these were never destinations. Maybe they were metaphors. Psychologists will tell you the mind is capable of creating both paradise and torment. Clinical depression can feel like hell, endless pain, hopelessness, the loss of self. Joy, on the other hand, can elevate you into a state that feels divine, a place of light, connection, and peace. You don't need to die to experience either. You just need to exist and suffer enough or heal enough. So maybe hell is when you're stuck in cycles of regret, shame, fear. And heaven is when you break those chains and remember who you truly are. There are people walking among us right now who are already in hell. A war veteran trapped in a loop of PTSD. A prisoner in solitary confinement, counting minutes like lifetimes. An addict whose every craving deepens the pit. A survivor of abuse who relives the trauma daily. They aren't dead, but they are burning. Not in fire, but in memory, fear, pain. If that's not hell, then what is? Heaven, too, may not be as distant as we think. You find it in the laugh of a child, in the silence after forgiveness, in moments of stillness, clarity, meditation. For mystics, sages, and monks, heaven is now, not later. Buddhism calls it nirvana. Christian mystics call it union with God. Modern psychology calls it flow state. These aren't myths. They are mental realms, accessible through healing, awareness, surrender. Near-death experiences vary by culture. A Christian sees angels, a Hindu sees Yama, an atheist sees a tunnel of light, or just nothing. Why? Because your mind creates the experience, because you've been carrying heaven or hell inside you all along. DMT, ayahuasca, and other psychedelics have shown that the brain can simulate otherworldly experiences, light beings, darkness, eternal bliss, or cosmic horror. Your mind is the portal. Your belief is the code. Forget the sky cracking open. Forget thrones and trumpets. The true judgment happens in your reflection, in your regrets, in the parts of yourself you run from. You don't need an angel to weigh your soul. Your mind already does that every single day. And if you don't make peace with yourself while you're alive, you carry that war into the grave. 999 is not just a number. It's the inversion of 666. It's awakening, completion, turning darkness into light. If heaven and hell are mind states, then 999 is the map, the reminder that you are the architect, the builder of paradise, or the warden of your own prison. You are the key. You are the gate. This is not about where you'll go when you die. This is about where you already are. If you're consumed by fear, shame, anger, you're in hell. If you're living in truth, peace, presence, you're in heaven. So ask yourself, which state are you feeding? And more importantly, are you ready to rewrite the code? This is 999, the code behind everything. Subscribe if you're ready to question reality.